Back to the Alexandrian Codex. I'm Alex. This is Hearts of Iron 4 with the Old World Blues mod. We are playing as the Troll Warren, and we're being mutants and stuff. Horse Mutation 3, Monster in the Woods. That's intriguing. But what I really want right now is stuff that would make our super mutant behemoths cheaper and or better. Let's go Realm Goliath. Long ago, the greatest warrior became known as the Goliath, and it was he who brought the armies of a great nation to kneel before him. Only the intervention of the Almighty was enough to stay his hand, his aggression. Now, there is no Almighty left to save humanity from the Goliath. And may woe fall upon those who would attack his kingdom. Jesus Christ! In real edgy game. God is dead. Okay. Without a love alone. We have so many super mutant clubs. Like I had talked about earlier, it would be worth it to upgrade them to powered weapons, and this is almost not ahead of time, so after one of these done, we should start moving down that way. You declared war on who, what now? Scorpions. Oh, on the Mojave Raiders. Jesus, yeah, just everything. Goodbye, Tucson. Not Tucson. Tucson. Return of the Giant. Alright, Call of the Giants makes super mutant behemoths cheaper to produce. This gives super mutant behemoth. Find those incalculable might. True trolls of the war and monsters bring about the end of our foe. Spearhead formation of giants. Maybe. Let's go with Call the Horde. Mutantkind is not as sparsely populated as our rivals would like to imagine. The Master's army may have only been scattered far and wide, but it only takes a rumor, a whisper, to teach them of this place, to call forth the horde that shall bring about humanity's demise. We need the recruitable population if we're ever going to be taking on something as big as the NCR, so I'm going with that. Still 2,000 to go here, but this is gonna speed up. I love you because you know you'll never be. Metal armor, dope. Slashing melee weapons. Wait. Oh, yeah, exclusive with basic ballistic. Don't care about ballistic technology at all. Each promise broken like my heart. It's a sin. Now, what do I want? So, Behemoth's count is armor. Okay, leg infantry. Presumably, super mutants count as leg infantry, right? Right. Tanks get better breakthrough. Tanks get better attack. Yeah. So what was the problem? Tanks have lower defense? Well, our tanks have lower defense. Maybe. Alright, here's the question. Do I want to go full behemoth? Do I want to stay mixed? I think I just want to go full behemoth. Because that's stupid. Let's do that. Let's just... Yeah. Now this only requires behemoth equipment. This doesn't require any infantry equipment at all. Alright, interesting. This is gonna take a long fucking time to produce. Also means, like, instead of this, I can start producing... Nothing. Nothing. I have to work on support equipment. Low supplies, huh? Turns out that having a fuck ton of tanks in here might cause a slight issue.
Don't worry.
I need some time to research all these non-go to war things anyway, so yeah, let's go down this road. All the horde done. All the first army experience. Now, I want energy weapons would be kind of interesting. What do you give? Just energy weapons. You give ballistic. Do you give heavy machine guns? Hold up. Heavy machine guns is not in here, right? Heavy machine guns is over here. Yeah. I like that because it gets us closer to miniguns. And I actually don't know if I want that. Sons of Man, army experience, non-core, manpower. Yeah, let's get this. The first is the oldest of our kind, born in the days following the war. An accident. Wait. Have we not read this before? Destined to inherit the realms of mankind, let his words echo throughout the wasteland. Let all who hear it, human, mutant, and ghoul, know that he has come for them, that they may kneel, they may fall, but all who hear the call, the first must answer. Sounds mighty familiar. Maybe we have heard it before. Maybe not. This should not be this hard in CR. They have like a dozen troops. Or whatever, they just annex this, they can move their armies further south and keep pushing. Really? Must fall, but too much is falling. After I'm done with mobile warfare, I might pick... I don't need this anymore. I'm not using infantry equipment at all, so... Yeah, let's go for support equipment. Yep. Oh, the first done. I don't think either of these will be useful anymore. River Expedition, I don't want a navy right now. Army experience. I'm going to want that, but not yet. Alright, what do we get here? Manpower. Something. Civilian workshops could be nice. Oh, Bountiful Coast gives us monthly population growth. That could be nice. I shouldn't be researching support equipment. Should I? Damn it. Yeah, go finish that. Overrun the armory. The armory at Chmolt Station is amongst the most impressive in all of the North. Thousands of firearms of varying shapes and sizes gathered over 100 years of scavenging and conflict with the local raiders and tribes. One can learn a great deal from the schematics that the armory contains. Oh boy. So, generally, having an army that is 100% tanks is a terrible idea. You want to mix it in with mechanized and motorized divisions. I don't know how that balance pans out in Old World Blues. Presumably similarly, but I don't know. Actually, let's stop producing that because I'm not using it. I should be doing that. We need more water, which I could get, but I'm not going to focus on because I plan to switch this out with whatever support equipment we're going to build for these fucking super mutant behemoth armies. Alright, what's your deal here? Yeah, that's pretty bad. Jesus, we can't even support the army in our capital. Alright, that's fair. That's a slight concern. Let's cue this up. Overrun the armory is done. The old guns. Chmolt Station was protected by a battery of pre-war artillery pieces. Massive tools of bombardment and violence have been designed to protect from foreign invaders. They gave them a little help against the likes of us, but they were certain to destroy them before we overran their position. Still, we can learn much from their remains. We'll get support equipment, and that'll be nice. The Mojave chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel and the New California Republic, once they border each other, start getting into border wars, expressed in the Hearts of Iron 4 mechanic. Because the NCR has, like, so many fucking dudes, you're hard-pressed playing as the Mojave chapter to push them back. Very hard-pressed. Possible, but shit ain't easy. Let's get primitive shops. Ah. This is gonna take a minute. Delay, done. Elastic defense. You all done drilling. Well, you're trained to... You're not regulars, but... Nobody's fresh anymore. It may have been a mistake switching these all to Super Mutant Behemoths, but I just love the idea, so I'm doing it. Cool. Bunch of free research. Awesome. So we can get a free general, that's cool. This will give us a bunch of infrastructure. Well, that would have been nice. In the ruins. Let's go making slaves of the unworthy. There are few within our lands who are truly worthy of the gift of mutation. Instead, we keep them around as slaves for labor in case of those too weak for labor, cattle upon which to feast. Yeah, great. Boom, boom. Excuse. Super Mutant Gunners. Oh, okay, yeah, that just... But you gave me more Super Mutant Behemoths. You sure did. Alright, cool. Alright. Pittman, there you go, my dude. Can I... fabricate it? Claim? Yeah, I could start another war, but... Let's not. Let's not. Let's be a bit more careful. I can probably research an Air Force. Huh. Yeah. It's a little weird. You don't really associate the Fallout franchise with having a heavy emphasis on air combat, but with all the vertibirds and bombers in Fallout New Vegas, there are examples of it.
Sometimes they escape, and I have to round them up again.
Delta. Weird name, Delta, but... Delta. Military factory construction speed would be nice. I want this, but I don't want this. This I want. Expanding slave labor. So forcing them to dig, it takes a little work to learn how to use a simple pick to gather stone, yet it's hard to encourage them without threats of violence. Elastic defense is done. Alright, so we could go mobile infantry, tanks would get organization, you get recovery speed, or recovery rate maximum speed, this will give you organization. Yup. Armored spearhead, here we go. Unfortunately, they're not in-game models for Super Mutant Behemoths or robots yet, instead you just get the tank models from Hearts of Iron 4. The power armor models are in the game. The power armor models look a little silly. Look at how fucking massive these guns are in comparison to these dudes. But I think it's about the same size as a rifle that they normally hold, in that the power armor makes the... Power armor is a little bit smaller model than the infantry unit. It's just these animations. Don't look at them. They're fine, don't look at them. Most of the event work done seems to have been done for the NCR and Caesar's Legion, which makes sense. They're the big players in the region. So I want this infrastructure bad, because that should help out with our supply issue here a little bit. Yeah, it's helping out quite a bit. Then we have workshops, nice. I suppose quarry picks, huh? Yeah, there's very little left to do here. Well, this will only give us resources. We're not... Oh, we do need water. So it won't hurt. Not gonna help a lot, but not gonna hurt much either.
No more a smart little girl with no heart. I have found me a wonderful guy. I am in a conventional liver with a conventional star in my eye.
Our slave drivers send out teams of dozens of would-be workers to clear the rounds and establish pathways through otherwise dense, mutated woodland.
As gay as the daisy in May, a cliché coming true. I'm romantic and bright.
The first and Betty. Nice. Yeah, let's force them to make roads. All of these are really good. Force them to make roads. The process of laying stone after stone is often considered to be agonizing. Thankfully, that work is below a true mutant. Yeah.
No more a smart little girl with no heart. I have found me a wonderful guy. I'm as tried and as gay as the daisy in May, a cliché coming true. I'm bromidic and bright as the moon, happy night, pouring light on the dew.
Why don't we just upgrade these all the way? It's gonna be expensive, but the better support we get here, the better supply we can give to everywhere else. And with this army, we're gonna need it. So they're feeling pretty good about this. They think the enemy's inferior, which I don't fucking buy. I don't buy for a minute that they're inferior, but the game claims that they are. Concerningly. Yeah, let's go for better computers. Maybe the game's right. Maybe I'm being overly cautious. If that's the case, that's totally okay. The Brotherhood and the New California Republic might go to war with each other at some point. They may not, but they often do. We could change our conscription laws, but we don't really need more people right now. Hopefully we never will. House slaves. The majority of our slaves live in small, uncomfortable tents. Those who've earned the right may build their homes out of those resources that remain when constructing abodes for super mutants. How generous. Monthly population plus 20%. That must be a typo. That presumably is supposed to be plus 2%? I mean, 20%'s fine. I'm not complaining, that's just a hell of a lot of population growth for building some houses. Now that is overall population growth. Overall population growth only represents a very small fraction of where you're getting your manpower from. And like I was talking about in the last hour, manpower in Hearts of Iron is kind of a finite resource. You can do some creative things to bump it up, but generally you want to be careful with it. Very, very, very careful with it. Alright. That's trucking along. Let's make some slashing melee weapons. Oh, well, mortar. Fuck, what would I need to include explosives? Just explosive equipment. Okay, cool, and that will give defense, and right now they're short on defense, so yeah. Give me some explosives. We are short on fuel. Ready? Slave workshops. Those few slaves who possess skills in agriculture, architecture, and design lead a life of relative comfort when compared to their companions. They have homes and design blueprints and schematics for our expansion operations. This ensures their safety. Construction speed plus 10% is great. We get a couple more million factories or workshops, which is necessary. Schwerpunkt. No. Sorry. Misclicked. There we go. Get our blitzkrieg tactics down with our mutant behemoths. That's a weird world. Why is this so low? Because incoming is plus 1.6, 16.11. Local infrastructure reduces that fairly significantly. So I'm not going to be able to. Well, I actually might be able to fix our supply problem just by more infrastructure here. So never mind. It's fine. It's fine, don't question it. Road eastwards. How has Pico's colony survived for this long? Do you have like a lot of... Yeah, you have volunteers from Eastport, the Foragers, Hopeville, and the Dredgers. That's why you're surviving. You also have a Lend-Lease. Interesting. Ready for war, military construction speed, that'd be nice, that'd be nice. Ooh, that'd be very nice. That's fine, that's useless. Ready for war. In order to be more ready for the wars that will come, we must learn how to construct the workshops and armories of our smaller cousins, so that we might maintain a steady flow of armaments. Like all these super mutant behemoths we're building. Because that's how that works. Mortars, though. Mortars, I guess, we're building. Yeah, let's go in here. Let's click on this. Give me explosives. Then you're going to tell me I definitely don't have enough, and it's going to take manpower, which is totally fine. Can more research be done on this? No, we can't even actually have mortars because we are not civilized, so that's the game being more generous to us than it needs to be. I think I'd like to get healing powder because this gives trickle back, which saves manpower. When you lose units, you lose less units. Fire Gecko, I'll look at whatever the hell else gives better defense just to buff out their defense a little bit more. We'll go from there, I think. Stockpiling weapons, Glorious City. Glorious City is why I want more rewards of victory. To conquer a foe is to earn the right to all that he has. We bring home the riches of those we defeat, the things that they have taken for granted, the objects they never bothered to use, and use them to encourage our own merchants and craftsmen to work harder. Computing machine. I'm a computer. There we go. Yeah, just go and do the last one too. Their army is getting big. Their factories 35 to 50 are better than mine. Even at the lowest number, better than mine. So they can outproduce us. They have more dudes than us. But they're out of manpower. Got them there. Yes, I'm a mighty man. I'm young and I'm in my prime. Man, we're only making 10 of these a day.
Yes, I'm a real young man, a brand new 25.
Stockpiling them. Hell yeah. So once we're done reinforcing, I think I'm gonna start a second group too. Well, let's see if I can do that.
I'm 6 feet tall, I ain't so hand-me-down. Yes, I'm 6 feet tall and I ain't so hand-me-down. Well, I got a gal in town who calls me good rockin' brown.
That's gonna eat 5,000. We'll get up to 14,000 in the field total. Available manpower will be about 7,000. That's probably a bad idea to have two armies like this poppin'. Tell you what. Have this one be half the size. be very low priority for building. The glorious city. The Warren grows with each passing day. Even now, it thrives with a booming mutant population and an ever-growing underclass of humans who toil in their attempts to make a living under our foot. So damn cheery.
Well, I'm a single man, I really don't need a wife. Pick up you gals, yes, I'm a single man, I really don't need a wife. Yes, I'm gonna stay this way, cause ooh, what a wonderful life.
This will be a very nice achievement. Beating the Washington Brotherhood means to me that we could beat anybody else up here, and will. Then we will... I'd like to go up here, eat all of this, go over here, eat all of this, move into California, and then move into Caesar's Legion. These two are almost certainly going to be at war with each other at some point, and we're just gonna have to beat the winner, which is fucking horrifying. I hope they just... Look at this. They have 10 times the number of troops that I do. And they have 4 times. Well, 5 times. And Caesar's Legion, I think, are limited to tribal technology. Maybe civilized. The NCR is limited to civilized, but I'm fairly sure can get events that move them up to advanced, which is just fucking horrifying for me. We conquer many and keep countless trophies. That being, these weapons are better suited for repair and reuse than as decoration on the walls of sighted, S-I-G-H-T-E-D, not sighted. They're sides, but not whatever. Short-sighted super mutants. I will pop the question and we'll see okay. A lot of these are needed for reinforcement. That's okay. Is it because you're taking attrition here? No, not anymore. The supply situation has abated. Fixed. Nice. Okay, let's see. That would be more important. Generally, what I like to do is build 50% of the total number of factories just being civilian factories. If I need more military factories later on, I can convert them, but I like doing this so that you can build more quickly. I should have done that a long time ago. Yeah, but it's alright.
The dustiest, the winds are the gustiest, the
weapons stockpiled. I can go for more population, but I don't want it. Resource gain efficiency might be worth it. Neither of these are worth it. They'd give me dope technology. Heavy machine guns, actually. Hold on. Heavy machine gun? Heavy machine gun might actually be worth it. Precision aim 1. I guess we go for better DACA, which is an excellent Warhammer 40k reference. Now let's do this. Civilian workshops are what I'm in for now. The beautiful coast. Bountiful coast. The so-called Crowlands are nothing more than a vast mutated swamp filled with dying things. Yet it is here that a vibrant red fruit grows, and it grows in such vast quantities that one need not wonder why the Myrick tribe never expanded. In a land stricken with starvation and suffering, they have had food in plenty. Monthly population growth would be nice as well. It's going slowly. I cannot wait until this entire map is done. I very much look forward to playing in, Massachusetts, DC area. Where am I? Is it the DC area? My geography. Alright, Long Island, New Jersey. Oh man, I just offended Massachusetts. Boston's over here. Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. This is New Jersey, Delaware, Virginia. Wait a minute. Virginia. And then West Virginia's right here. Yeah. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to do.
The life, the loveliest, way back, way back, way back home.
Maybe we should get this general in case they're just like fucking amazing. I'm gonna go for better DACA. Let's see what it gets us. Lead, powder, and the thundering sound of death. These are the weapons of old, those that have determined the fate of uncountable lives throughout history. They are within our capacity to create, and more so, something that our warriors covet and trust. Warriors, covet and trust. It's natural for a super mutant to desire such weaponry. What would it say for weapons in the future?
Pretty flowers need the sun. This applies to everyone. Life's worth living when nature's giving happiness to
You're trained.
everyone. So let's go.
Yeah, trained is the best this will get. Yeah. Remember when I said I only wanted this to be 12 strong? I lied. I'd rather it be as big as this one. In case we need reinforcements, I'm pretty sure we're gonna need reinforcements. Tribal DACA. We've captured countless firearms and captives capable of producing them throughout our conquest, and it's time to put them to work arming our warriors. The warring can only get so far with cudgels and hammers, after all. I mean, you say that. Got this far with only with cudgels. Don't count out the cudgel, my dude. You know, there's really no telling if the behemoths will perform well or not until we just send them. And I'm so not into finding out that way. So we could go down Desperate Defense here. Desperate Defense gives us 5% recruitable population, which is a lot. It's a lot. We'd get Guerrilla Tactics, which sucks. Or our tanks could be more organized, we get backhand blow, and our tanks get way better breakthrough, better organization, recovery rate. These can make it so that we might not lose population in the first place, whereas this means that we can afford to lose population. Being able to afford to lose populations, I think I'll make that decision later. I'm just going to research this and then cap it there, maybe. Breakthrough's really good, though. How good is your breakthrough? 318. Kind of fucking crazy, whereas your defense is only 115. Yeah, we need to get that defense higher. Gotta get those numbers up. Those are some fucking rookie numbers. More DACA. The firearm of the average tribal mutant are nothing impressive, but they're coveted and well maintained. These weapons are passed down from warrior to warrior, for when one veteran finds a weapon with more suiting his position, his old is passed on to those who have not yet proven themselves. There are no inferior weapons among our people. What? Are you trying to say that we have standardized weapons and so we don't do things like the tribals do? Maybe? That's how I'm interpreting that, but that was not clear at all. Encryption and decryption are pretty fucking important, but I don't know. How are we doing on production? We're good. Still want more super mutant behemoths to reinforce this. Why don't I cancel this? We're stockpiling. Fire Gecko pouch. 10 defense. 4 defense. 26 defense. Holy shit. So what I'm researching should give us heavy machine guns, and I'll build these because 32 defense. That hurts our defense. Signal companies get better initiative, better organization. Reconnaissance give reconnaissance, which is presumably good. Logistics just lower supply usage. This makes stuff break down less, which is typically worthwhile on armored units because they're so expensive, but for us, not really a concern. Huh. I don't think we want any of these. If defense is the real issue at hand, we probably just want to keep boosting this up. Now, this won't help our defense at all, but trickleback is incredibly valuable. Experience lost when a division takes casualties, 20% less. That is significantly less. So I'd like healing powder quickly, if at all possible. Why don't I dump that down to that? Start making support equipment. Because support equipment is used in, right? Support equipment is what this costs. I think this just costs support equipment. I'm saying that with so much confidence. Well, okay, this is ready to go. Okay, after I'm done with more DACA, I guess. Do I finish better DACA so we have heavy machine guns as well, or do we just go in what we have? Presumably it's better to just prepare and be careful, yeah? Rather than go in and lose. And the game's insisting that, like, the inferior enemy is, like, much inferior. But I am a skeptical man when it comes to trusting what the game estimates to be good chances. So you've got this, you're dealing with barons. I can't see what you've researched yet. More DACA, let's go. Let's just do this. Oh, I need warrior equipment and fear factor 1, so I have to actually research those myself. You say that. I'm not doing it. Alright, Betty holds a grudge against the folk to the north who destroyed her home and hearth long ago. The Washington Brotherhood and the cause below them are her enemies. Enemies that she intends to bring the full might of the Warren down upon. Get mutant tactics, which pretty damn good. Mount Hawk, pretty okay. Brotherhood mutants sounds cool. Watch it just be like 3 units and not actually like powered armor super mutants or anything like that. But I want super mutants and power armor, please. It is a simple request. Okay, I'm making these. Go in here. Edit this. Yeah, let's just plop in the medical chem companies. Having the chem company in there does hurt organization. And our attack a little bit. But that trickle back is necessary. The health bonus is insignificant compared to how much health we have, but I want to save manpower. We're not going to get much more. And although we've conquered a little bit, these scare the shit out of me. They're not impossible to take out, just with our technology level, not easy to take out. Really, the War than the Washington Brotherhood, who are advanced, by the way, will show me how capable we're... Oh god, look, they have Air Force? Planes? Fuck planes. The application of basic tactics in battle is enough to save lives that would otherwise be wasted while increasing the capacity of the Warren to wage war upon its foes. This is so generic sounding. Okay, game. Alright. Annex, potential enemies, just them. Okay, AI. You're willing to send help? Yeah, why don't you do that? You just hop on this. Because you said you felt good about this. It's not looking so hot. Not looking so hot at all. I'm trying to cut them off here so I'm not screwed. It's kind of working, but we're getting caught right here. So we conceded a little land, but they also got cut down. Cut off down here. Cut down off here. Nope. Womp womp. Yep, just lost the unit. God damn it. I got greedy. Generally, mixed units are the way to go. Resistance to occupation? Yeah, don't worry about it, gang. Do not worry yourself about that at all. What if I told you to be careful? And the reason I would tell them to be careful is I don't want to die. He says be careful and then goes for an encirclement. Ah, that's gonna lose first. Damn! Poop. Alright, it's fine. Should be easier to get encirclements with a whole bunch of fucking tanks. Or behemoths. But but not necessarily, as they have power armor and presumably much better weapons than I have. Yeah, let's go for Mount Hawk. The Mount Hawk installation was once the home of Betty, and now it shall be her home again. She's made a point in making it a fortress of the place, stockpiling weapons and slaves so that she might punish those who would dare to take it from her again. Okay, that's good. Kampfgruppe, fantastic. I think we just go for better organization. The population would be nice, but I'd rather these just be the best they possibly can be. Our defense is low, but we're defending well enough. Encirclement done. Yeah, our units are fine. The real issue that we're running into repeatedly is infrastructure. There's a lot of units to squeeze into a small area. And in the mountains. Tanks in the mountains generally don't do too hot.
So many staring eyes.
Tell you what, aggressively pursue it, because you're better on the attack than you are on the defense, and if you can push, yeah, might as well. Light machine guns, great, we need fear factor 1 before we can get heavy machine guns, and I want it. And the AI is doing fine on its own. They're going to arrive there. Oh no, I cut them off. Now I'm gonna lose. Damn it. No national focus selected. Oops. Mire with converts. Nope. First mutation. Let's get a worthy foe. War Chief Shatterhand fought us until his last and outmaneuvered us on several occasions. He, above all others, among his people, is worthy of the gift of mutation. They make a fine addition to our military, assuming it survives. Ship designer, get this, get that, get decisive battle, get close air support, fucking artillery, I guess, base generation rate. You don't have an air force. I will not be able to have an air force for quite some time. But, you know, it's possible. It is possible. So we push them out of down here. Can I? Yeah. And then shift click up there. I want you to move through here quickly and cut off down here. Look at that, you're making me happy. Making me happy, making me so fucking happy. So, you are assigned on here. You are assigned on here. You are assigned on there. Cool. That should be able to hold the line, no problem. It did, in fact, hold the line. So, y'all in the blue group, going up there. Purple group, going up here. Godspeed. Or whatever. How close are you to surrendering? Not. It's only going 38% in favor of the aggressors. Well. Tell me of this general. General Shatterhand is a ranger and urban assault specialist with no picture, so, well, Shatterhand, here we go. Oh yeah, that doesn't look confusing at all. It has a plus on it like it needs a general, but it has a general. Also, I can't change the general.
They escape, and I have to round them up again.
No, I'm doing pretty good today. I've been having a lot of fun playing this mod. If you like Hearts of Iron and you like Fallout, I'd suggest playing it on your own. Definitely worth checking out. I don't know what kind of support the mod maker could use, but the dude's done a great job. There's a lot of typos and some files aren't linking to each other properly, and you know, the US is only a third of the way done, but it's still really ambitious and it runs quite well. Yeah. Hearts of Iron 4 is probably the easiest Hearts of Iron game to get involved in. Not meaning it's an easy game, just meaning the others have been more convoluted. So they're coming in to cut us off here. That's fine. That's fine. I just want to cut them off here. And, clever boys. I couldn't do it. This mod is really good, especially the music is my favorite part, which is gonna screw me on YouTube, and on the VOD in here a bunch of sections will be blocked out. There's a ton of potential here, and the work that's been done is already amazing. The Trollborn has more content in its focus tree than I expected. Now there are some typos and some weird stuff going on, like, you know, I can't click on this general, and a lot of the leaders don't have profile pictures, but like if you pick this up to play it, I definitely suggest playing as the New California Republic or Caesar's Legion or even the Brotherhood of Steel, because they're in much more much smoother shape, let's say. Hey, thanks for following, Criteros? I read that is Caterus at first. I'm like, that's not what that word says at all. New Reno, actually, if you play your cards right, you can become the Enclave. It doesn't give you new ideas, unfortunately, or a new focus. Hopefully he adds that in. The Enclave can also show up if you're the NCR and get in a civil war. They're dead now, but Vault City has some fun stuff going on. Really, I'm just impressed by how much the mod maker put into this, and how impressive it all is. It is really good. What do I want? More behemoths, probably. I want you to focus on that. I want you to carry through over there. I would really like you to move up there. And you move up. So we can pinch this. Make a pincer. Yeah, but like, wouldn't it be cool if we made a pincer? And they didn't break out of it. They didn't break out of it. They didn't break out of it. They're gonna break out of it. There we go. So what? 2 got encircled here. It's not great. Yeah. I mean, I'm a sucker for anything Fallout related anyway. Hearts of Iron is definitely the easiest. Hearts of Iron 4 is definitely the easiest Hearts of Iron game they've made in a while. Hearts of Iron 2 was my first one, and I love it dearly. Hearts of Iron 3 was... well, you know, it was a thing. I don't think it was actually all that good. Truthfully. It was basically like a supply simulator. It was... it had some serious issues, which they resolved in Hoi 4, so I'm happy with it. Hearts of Iron 4 itself has grown by leaps and bounds since being first released, as most Paradox titles do. There we go. No one's assigned to this, right? No, don't be assigned to that. Just take that out. Never mind, you can be assigned to it. CK2's definitely pretty heavy emphasis on... I mean, CK2 and EU4 are both games where you manually control the armies, but look how much army control I'm doing right now. And the border is still moving, it's moving, it's moving. The AI's gotten a lot better at handling wars on its own. You don't have to do anything. Like, you can set it so that your research is automated, your construction is automated, your trade is automated, your everything, production is automated, and basically just make, like, choose what focuses you want to go down. It won't work very well in a modded game, but it's a decent way to get to learn the game. The Great Horde? Yeah, I totally didn't read this, did I? There were few among the Bone Dancers who weren't worthy of the gift, and now it's columns. Even now is C-U-L-U-M-N-S. Columns, not coolums. Columns are their people dragged to the pits. It's become clear to all that they shall become a great horde of mutants, one that will further a great cause in the years to come. Whatever, typos are very forgivable. Force Mutation 3, even the greatest of the tribes could not stand before us. The Warren has proven itself the supreme power in the north. Well, we're getting there. And even now, the southern nations quake in their boots, their warriors, like all before, are being taken into the lakes below the Warren and changed into something more worthy of aiding our cause. Load OOB file, add custom tooltip, Warren Force 3. Like, little changes like this need to be made, but... on the whole, it's impressive that they programmed the events in at all. Typos are not a big deal. Or not giving a language file is not a big deal. Not like I was imagining supply is our real enemy here. difficult to keep stuff supplied, even though this has just been improved to all hell. I also haven't been fixing the supply of territory we've been taking. Maybe we'll get there. Ooh, they finally been cut in half. Zodiac base. Zodiac base. That's not what that says. Kodiak base. Zodiac base would be a little different. Fire brigades are done. Let's go get backhand blow, which is... It's a new tactic. It's a good tactic, but I'm not really in the market for tactics right now. Unless it's Fallout Tactics. That is a game which I would have liked to see released. Okay, yeah, this is one. Yep. Like, yep, this looks pretty one. It's very one, so we're just gonna take everything they have. Bam. Done. Well, that's satisfying. So now we're out of missions that will give us reasons to declare war on people. Now it's just all up to me. I do not mind. So I'm going to justify a war goal, conquer the cannibal territories. Let's take out the Maw. The Maw has pretty decent number of factories. Their army's reasonable, but not that bad. There's a lot to do right now. Jesus Christ, yeah, that is a lot to repair. Move that all the way down. So what I'm doing here is I'm shift-clicking all of the civilian factories up to the top of the queue for repair or construction. I'm doing that so that civilian factories will be online first. We can then use them to repair more things. It'll go faster this way. No, we're about at the end of our second hour. I don't really know how long I'm going for tonight. Really, the point of me streaming tonight was I wanted to play this and I couldn't sleep, so... But a while, I think, is safe to say, because it's my weekend, I can do what I want. That'll get us up to 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24... I know I could have just done some very basic math to have, to have sussed that out, but, well, it's too late for that now. So, we need supply here, and we're actually good on supply up there, huh? I'll split up our army so it's actually better supplied than this. So I'm just getting stuff into position right now. Sure. Let's pause here. I'm gonna cut the recording here. If you're watching on Twitch, don't worry, I'm gonna keep streaming. YouTube, though. YouTube. I'm sorry. But this is the end for today. You know the drill. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, share. Make a blog post about it. I don't know. Take it easy until tomorrow. Till then, toodaloo.